Someone kill this crazy witch! I can make her rich!
Quiet now. Granny needs to concentrate.
Don't... Granny Rag! Stop! Stop what you're doing! Can we at least talk about it?
My knive's gotta be nice and sharp to cut into your skeleton, Slackjaw. Nice and sharp. There's my love. Are you ready to help get Slackjaw's bones? Granny has some birthday gifts for you. I've been saving them up in case you ever came back to me. Aren't you a gentleman helping Granny Rags with her stew? We'll eat well tonight, sweetheart. First thing, you'll have to put him to the knife. Don't want him crawling out of the pot now.
What you doing? Listen on me, Corvo. Don't help her! Don't let her kill me! You can have anything I own.
You have to gut him
Corn,
first.
whiskey. I got a key to the sewerways. Whatever you want. What are you doing? Don't help her. She's out of her mind. I can reward you. What do you want? Money? Weapons?
Unlock his chains for me, darling. Here's the key. Go ahead and unlock his chains now, dearest. That's right. Pick him up and toss him right in the pot. Go on. You're so young and strong, dearie. It won't be any trouble for you to pick him up and get him into that pot. Help an old lady carry that sack of potatoes and put him in the pot. Oh, thank you. What a fine help you've been. I'll just let him stew a while now. Go ahead, darling. Take your presents and go. Granny's got things to do.
find your way into such interesting places, Corvo. Crawling out of those flooded ruins, winding your way back to the pub where you last saw Emily. Where is she now? How does it feel now, knowing your allies betrayed you? Strange how there's always a little more innocence left to lose. And Dowd, you just killed the greatest assassin of the age. Did you do it for love of the Empress or Emily? Or was it the primal desire to rise above other men? Do you even know why?
Stop what you're doing! Can't we at least talk about it?
My knife's gotta be nice and sharp to cut into your skeleton, Slackjaw. Nice and sharp. There's my love. Are you ready to help get Slackjaw's bones? Granny has some birthday gifts for you. I've been saving them up in case you ever came back to me. Aren't you a gentleman helping Granny Rags with her stew? We'll eat well tonight, sweetheart. First thing, you'll have to put him to the knife. Don't want him crawling out of the pot now.
What you doing? Listen on me, Corvo. Don't help her. Don't let her kill me. You can have anything I
You'll
own.
have to gut him.
Go on. What are you doing? Don't help her. She's out of her mind. I can reward you. What do you want? Money? Weapons?
Oh, no.
So many rats. We couldn't fight them all.
And cook you and eat your heart from
It's the cameo. The secret is in the cameo. Just a piece from an old
the
necklace,
great
understand?
Leviathan. Protect me! Gnaw his flesh away, my little birds. To save him, he's not worth it. Now Granny is going to kill you just like all the others. What will I write on your skull? that you were a fool. Now you'll see what I can do. It's too late for him, and it's too late for you. It works best if I boil you alive. Any chance you'll hop in the pot, dearie? You're a fool to try to help him. A fool. Now you're going to die. Bad for you. Granny doesn't need rest. It works best if I boil you alive. Any chance you put in the pot? What will I write on your skull? That you were a fool. They do as I tell them, dear. Should I tell the rats it's time for dinner?
It's her. Destroy it with the furnace. Says in one of her books it's the only way to get rid of her forever. I know the cameo don't look like her, but it's supposed to be her when she was young. That's where she gets her powers. Throw it into the furnace, burn the cameo, and you kill her.
Wanna know something funny? When we were kids, we were all scared of Granny Rags. Thought she was a terrible witch. Then we grew up and figured she was just a sad old lady. We were right the first time. Now ain't that funny?
I owe you. This won't even the score, but it's all I got left. Luck to you, Corvo.
Find your way into such interesting places, Corvo. At the eye of the storm, raging between Granny Rags and this man who has lived his whole life with a cleaver in one hand and a bottle in the other. Crawling out of those flooded ruins, winding your way back to the pub where you last saw Emily. Where is she now? How does it feel now, knowing your allies betrayed you? Strange how there's always a little more innocence left to lose. And Dowd, you just killed the greatest assassin of the age. Did you do it for love of the Empress or Emily? Or was it the primal desire to rise above other men? Do you even know why?
No! Oh, it's you, Corvo. Thank the stars. We all thought you'd been killed. Except for Samuel. He seemed sure you'd survived. I saw him on the river shortly before the killing began. He was smart enough not to come ashore. But I'll bet he's still out there. Looking for you, is my guess. Havelock called us into the yard, but I wasn't feeling well. I just watched from the attic. The Admiral brought his cutlass. He stuck Wallace through the eye with it. Then he did Lydia. Callista he shot in the back with his pistol. Emily saw it all. Havelock kept yelling something about the things he'd done, and how no one could ever know. Pendleton wouldn't even look anyone in the face. They said it was time for Sokolov, and went off to his cage. I don't know what happened after that. Emily was there when the killing started. Poor child. I hope she hid her eyes. The Admiral said that Martin was right. I guess they talked about it. And they started to worry they'd get executed for all that they'd done, going after the Lord Regent and his allies. I suppose it's why they've poisoned you too. I thought Lydia would squeal on me at the end. She just told Havelock to screw himself. And died.
Be a great party tonight. I was only a kid at the last coronation.
We even make it to tonight. Will you look at this mess?
Relax. One of the boys was thrown in the river. If you ask me, he's long gone. Threw the mask in the river, left town.
That's what a rational person would do. Not this guy. You have to understand the criminal mind. I hear they had to hide the Cauldron girl from him. The whole time they were working with him. I heard they locked him in a cage and only let him out at night.
The criminal mind, huh? So what's he doing now?
Waiting. He's probably watching us right now. With that crazy mask on. Creeping closer and closer, ever closer, until...
Cut it out. What's so impressive about Corvo anyway? Who's he got up against? A couple of high overseers, a couple of noblemen? He could never stand up to men with our training.
Well, now I do hope he shows up. I want to see you run crying for the cover of the tall boys out back.
Like you were, the other night.
What was I supposed to do, stand there and get hit by rocks?
They were just kids.
They were a gang. I hope Lord Regent Havelock sends the tall boys in to level the place. It's gonna be a new era.
Having a 10-year-old on the throne isn't gonna cure the plague.
High Overseer Martin says it will. He says we were cursed when the Empress died by Corvo's black magic, and the rats are never gonna leave until we had a real Cauldron back. He says the outsider follows Corvo around.
There's some curse on this city, that's for sure. I'm still trying to forget working in the flooded district.
Don't remind me. Before we go, I'm gonna stash a few bottles of wine from the cellar. Take them out here with us.
Just make sure Corvo's not hiding down there first. Maybe you're right about that guy.
Did I tell you about the time I almost caught that guy who killed the Empress?
Seen anything scary? Blow off.
Nice.
Anybody with signs of the sickness? Blow off.
Update.
Our men are still trying to penetrate the workshop. Close up tight. But Joplin's inside. That crackpot, natural philosopher.
There is evidence that Anton Sokolov his will for some time. We can't determine what happened to him. I'll bet my condition is in that building with Pierre Joplin. If so, arrest him. But I don't want him harmed until I get to the bottom of all this. Careful. The place may be booby-trapped and I want him alive. What else?
Yes, sir. The servants were all executed shortly before we arrived. Looks like a naval cutlass and a small-bore pistol. Looks like Corvo ran amok before he left.
Turn this building inside out. And it goes without saying, this area is sealed.
Still walkers at all points.
And stay vigilant. Corvo's the most dangerous man in the Empire, and he has nowhere else to go.
Never thought he'd bother us again. I guess he holds a grudge.
What the? You won't stay hidden. I need more men!
Attention Dunwall citizens. Hiram Burrows, formerly the Lord Regent, has confessed to heinous crimes against the people of Dunwall. He shall be confined to the Coldridge prison until the proper authorities decide his sentence.
What is it?
Gotta be here somewhere. All mouth, no trial.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Hiram Burrows, formerly the Lord Regent, has confessed to heinous crimes against the people of Dunwall. He shall be confined to the Coldridge prison until the proper authorities decide his sentence.
Refreshing to converse with someone on my own level.
Couldn't agree more. Your expulsion from the Academy was a crime against natural philosophy itself.
Which you might have pointed out at the time. But it's pointless to hold a grudge. I want to ask you.
Corvo, good to see that you still breathe. The city would not be the same if you were not with us. I've completed Piero's work on an arc pylon, but only just.
With this device, we can send a powerful electrical signal through the nervous system, merely rendering our enemies unconscious, or they can be reduced to ashes. I've attuned it so that we will be safe from the functions of the device. It will only trigger in the presence of our enemies. This arc pylon is more powerful than the older design. It will function at a greater range, striking down our foes while ignoring us. I need my final sequence, which is recorded in the blueprint for this device. Havelock was inspecting it before the killing started. Return the blueprint to me. It was in his bedroom before he left. Hopefully, it's still there. You may navigate the fields of battle with ease, but Sokolov and I are not as gifted in the same way. Without the arc pylon, it is only a matter of time before they put an end to us. We can get this device working, or you can go out and remove our enemies one by one, whichever you think is best.
What?
Why is no one making rounds over here?
This better not be a joke.
Dies.
What?
Why is no one making rounds over here?
Dies.
Astonishing. The arc pylon is complete. Now to activate it.
With this device, we can send a powerful electrical signal through the nervous system, nearly rendering our enemies unconscious. Or they can be reduced to ashes.
What is your opinion, Corvo? I should have guessed you'd want to act decisively. It's a simple adjustment, and we will be ready. All is ready, Corvo. All that remains is plugging in a whale oil tank to power it. Will you do the honor?
When this arc pylon is charged, no one will dare come near us.
Simply amazing. Destruction on a grand scale. Defies description. So many lives silenced in an instant.
Uncle Kurnow, I hope you find this. I'm devastated. The girl I've been caring for is gone. Emily is her name. Yes, that Emily. Daughter to the Empress. She's gone. They took her away in a boat this morning. I don't know where, and her hair hadn't been combed. I worry who will look after her. I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye.
Thought I'd find you here. Never pays to bet against you, does it? I saw the signal. I knew you'd be back, Corvo. I knew it. We should start off soon. I've been feeling something in my bones, and if it's plague, well, I can't be counted on to drive this boat much longer. Good. Then it's one more trip across the river to where it meets the sea. That's where the Lord Regent was building his new lighthouse. Ought to be something to see. The island is a bloody mess. Looks like they fought. Maybe over Emily just after they landed. I'll bet the Admiral's got her locked up in the lighthouse somewhere. If Pendleton's lost the first round, he's probably dug in someplace, doing his best to drink himself to death. I suspect it's Martin who's got the lighthouse under siege. They turned on each other at last. So the Admiral's power mad, Martin's a snake, and Lord Pendleton is a coward. And you, Corvo, the things you've done, you could be the worst of us. I've seen a lot traveling with you. Now get off my boat. I'd wish you good luck, but I'd be lying. Out, Corvo. I don't like what you've become. No better than these traitors. That's why I'm gonna tell them you're coming.
Gotta be here somewhere. Guards!